Hi. I guess I just wanted to put a response video up to Ashleigh Tribble's video from I think earlier in this year about um the problem with plus size clothes is plus size women. Um a few things really interest me about what you had to say. One of the main things was the access and the resources we have available as consumers, and we do shop. We do vote with our money, and we can say a lot. And I completely agree that the whole make do culture with purchasing and wearing clothes has to stop for plus size women. It has to end somewhere. I'm from Australia. I live in one of the major cities in Australia, and we don't have much to go on. We don't have much access. Um, I guess one of my go-to companies and brands is City Chic, and I noticed that you'd referred to it as a boutique. And it might be a boutique in America because you don't have one in every shopping centre, but we do have one in most big shopping centres in Australia. And, it started off in the East Coast, in Sydney and Melbourne, and I remember when I first found this company and this shop, and much like how you've described your relationship with Torrid, I've just, I've come home, this is where my people are, because I can fit into shit in a shop and not think about going to the back of the rack to find the right size and to, just make do. I think I'm still a victim of the make-do culture. Not even a victim, but a participant. And a big issue with that, and for me, is that the access that I do have, you're absolutely right. The pricing is priced at a point where rich people can afford it, and people who live on minimum wage or who have more priorities than looking good are often, not discouraged, but, you have to budget for things that you want. In Australia, a pair of City Chic jeans will go for around $89. And, for me, if I'm going to spend $89 on a pair of jeans, that's expensive. But at the same time, if I'm going to spend $89 on jeans that I can wear every weekend for 4, 5, 6 years, not saying I would, but that can last the distance, my City Chic pants have done that. I have had the same pair of pants for 4 years. I have bought extra pants, but my pants have lasted. The thighs haven't gone to shit, and the denim hasn't gone to shit, and so I can trust their branding. But at the same time, I can buy 4 pairs of jeans down the road, and they can fit me. They can go around me. They don't necessarily complement my shape, and they don't necessarily complement who I am or what else I want to wear with them. But they're cheap and they fit for now. If I go in and out of sizes, or if I expand or get smaller, they don't fit. Where the City Chic ones there's a bit of friendly comfort in the elastic that they use. I think the culture needs to change, and one of the big things that need to change is the retailers need to understand that we're not a minority. And I know you don't like that word minority, and I appreciate that you don't like the word minority, but it's a reality that there's so many of us, there's so many forums and blogs and vlogs and Facebook groups and Tumblr groups and YouTube groups and communities out there that support this whole culture, and I'm going to call it a culture, and a lot of people might not like that word, but I fucking think it's a fucking culture. If I can find people that I relate to who have similar experiences than I do, that have the same value system that I do in relation to this one specific area, which is, presenting yourself and feeling good about yourself and being a part of, not so much looking the same, but looking how you want to look and representing yourself how you want to do that. I'm going to call it a fucking culture. And if anyone doesn't like it, then whatever. So back to my point. I spent 1 hour and 6 minutes of my life listening to your vlog, to your, I don't know what I'll call it. In Australia, I'd call it a rant. In America, I'd call it a critique of a very insufficiently written bloody magazine article by the sounds of it. But after 106 minutes, I have to say I'm impressed by the way you have expressed yourself, not as a woman of colour or a young woman or as a woman, but as a person. You had very valid points, and I think they're very justified. And I think maybe what you have to say needs to be published or something, so that the dickheads who do sell, retail, the people who design the clothes, understand their market audience. And I think you have an opportunity where you can help these assholes make some money by paying attention to, their clients. So, I guess in short, I just wanted to say thanks for doing up your rant. I loved it, and I've really enjoyed all your other videos. And, I don't really have any idea what happens in America in relation to discrimination, but I know in Australia there is a lot of discrimination, and it's really not that whole business where, it's not overt, it's covert, which is worse because it's really weak and shit. So I guess I find that when I go into mainstream shops and don't get sold shit, and it really frustrates me. I'm the first person to get on the email and go, your people are shit and they need to be trained, and I had $100 to drop in your store and you've just lost that money. So, yes, we are marginalised, but I think that there's room for change. I think that in the last 10 years we have changed a lot already. I think in Australia we have anyway. I think in the next 10 years, you're right, there's going to be a massive market for plus size clothing, but it shouldn't be about plus size. It should be clothing for everybody. Clothing for everybody. I think that's the best way to put it. I'd love to hear more rants. Please publish more stuff. I know that you are getting frustrated with every fucker by the sounds of it, but I think that it's important that you continue to communicate your point of view, because people are listening. I'm listening. I'm on the other side of the world and I'm listening. And I think as a person, you have pretty much hit the nail on the head when it comes to what are the big issues affecting me in my life. But at the same time, I think there's a lot to be said. I think there's a lot of opportunity, and we need to just continue to not support the fucking, retailers by spending money on shit we don't need. I think we need to support the retailers by providing feedback that they can use to be better. And that way it's a win-win. And I think that's a lot more important than spending money in their fucking shops, quite frankly. I know you're bagging out City Chick, but as somebody who has 70% of my wardrobe from City Chick, there is some stuff that's affordable. They have got good sales. Their shit never breaks. I've never had a single piece of clothing fade, break, stretch, tear. It's the only company that I have used, that I wear, that does not fucking break. I have to go to fucking, I have to sell my clothes at stalls and things because I have so many clothes. And it's not because I'm a rich bitch. It's because I shop economically and, I study the market quite thoroughly before I make any purchases. But I have to sell my shit because it just doesn't break. I can't throw it out. I go to a store 2 or 3 times a year and just, massive bags and bags of clothes just sell because I have no space in my house for them. So please don't bag out City Chick, because their shit lasts and it fits and it's nice. And if you don't like it one week, the next week will be completely different. Every week they stock the shelves with shit. I think they've got a store in New York. If you're ever going into New York, you can go and play with their clothes and you'll fit into everything in their fucking shop. It's wonderful. So, yeah, that's all I had to say. Keep calm and carry on, but I think you're doing a fucking good job. Alright, bye.